And what we're talking about is an 8 or a 10-inch size. Now, 2 of our case colors in the 10-inch have sold out.
2 of the tablets.
Or 2 of the tablets,
yeah.
rather. We still have all the cases available that you can buy separately if you choose. But I want you to know that the tablets are getting limited in the 10-inch. All right. Now, this is our Amazon Fire tablet with 32 gigs of onboard storage, which is expandable, and 1,800 have already gone in this show. We haven't even gotten to it. This is the first time. Now, many of you have a little one at home that's begging, pleading for a tablet. Now, you can go out and pay hundreds, if not thousands of dollars for a tablet, or you can buy an Amazon Fire, and today you're saving a lot of money. On the 8-inch, it's $39.02 less. On the 10-inch tablet, it's $49.02 less. And it's free shipping and handling, and Alexa's included. Now, I'm sorry, Sean, if you want the 8-inch in the black, we have $3,100. In the emerald, $7,200. And finally in the hibiscus, $4,500. Now in the 10-inch, we only have the black. 20,000 available. And 17,000 in order today. It comes with the recharging brick, but does not come with a case. You buy the case separately. Or you don't buy the case separately. It all depends on how you want to live your life. This is the lowest price we found. Lowest price we found. It's important for you to get what you need because we've already sold out of 2 colors of the tablet and the 10-inch. How you doing? This is Brett Hamilton.
Hey now.
Brett Hamilton is with us. There he is.
I'm sitting right here.
All right. We're thrilled that you're here because a lot of people are looking at this and they're saying, wait a minute. It comes with 32 gigs of onboard memory.
Yeah.
And it'll take you a while to fill that up. And if you want to increase it, you can increase it all the way up to a terabyte.
Yeah, which is 1,000 gigabytes. And I don't want to bore you with tech, especially during a kitchen show, right? We're eating, we're learning, we're cooking, we're baking, and all that good stuff. We don't have a lot of time. In fact, I have about 20 minutes with you now, and I have an hour at 4 o'clock, and that's it for the day. So I'm going to try to cram as much as I can into these 20 minutes, David. And I think for those of you going, well, the 8 and the 10, what's the difference? Basically, it's the size. The 10 is slightly faster, which is a good thing. But for those of you going, well, I want to give it to a kid, save the money and give them the 8. It's still a big enough screen. If they lose a $60 tablet versus a $600 tablet, it's not gonna kill you like, you know, losing.
It's not gonna break the bank.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Thank you. But then for those of you that are gonna do the multitasking, want to go from place to place to place and do it fast, the 10 is worth it. The 10 is definitely worth it. As you look over my shoulder here, I can't believe each time I do this live on the air, because there's always a chance Wi-Fi or whatever something might happen. I just can't believe, David, how fast this thing responds. I mean, we go from home to shopping, and you're like, I changed my mind. I don't want to shop anymore. I want to go read a book. Well, when it lights up look, I don't even get a chance to tell you where I'm going next, and it's there. So for
you can increase the font. And for those of us who can't see the small print, we appreciate that.
Yeah, you can. And you can increase the font. You can jump in and grab not thousands, millions of different book titles, but that's just kind of scratching the surface. And for anybody wondering, this is the question I've gotten more than anything else today. Are these the most recent versions of the 8 and the 10? And the answer is yes. There is no newer version of the 8 or the 10, even if you go to Amazon's website, which today it is more expensive there.
At the lowest price we found.
Lowest price you found. But
lowest price.
You cannot find it because they don't make it. They don't make a newer 10, they don't make a newer 8. So anybody worried that because the price is so low, that this is older stock, it is not. The most recent version.
Now, our 10-inch is only left in the black. Now, this does not include a case. We do have cases as separate purchases. That is up to you, because we wanted to give you the choice to buy it or not.
Yep.
That works out nicely. So what we're talking about is just the color of the tablets. Now, in the 8-inch, I have black, I have emerald, and a hibiscus. And the 8-inch is brand new to us.
Yeah, never had those colors on the air till today.
All right.
That's the first time.
In the 10-inch, only the black remains because the other 2 colors that we had in the 10-inch are sold out.
But the good news is this could be a black tablet, this could be any color tablet, it doesn't matter, because once the case goes onto it, the only way you can tell what the color was is the back of it.
And you choose the case as a separate purchase or not, up to you. We wanted to give you all the choices so you remain in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
This is, the only thing it comes with is the tablet and the charging cable and the brick. All of this works out really nicely for you to plug right into the wall like you do your cell phone. And you charge it up. But it has 32 gigs of onboard memory, but it is expandable. And where's the little trap door?
The little magic doors on the side there. I'll show you on this one.
Okay.
The cool thing about what I call, well, I'll do it on the black because we have it right here. The cool thing about the door, the expandable memory, is that the other brands that are out there make you choose how big, right there, sorry guys.
There it is.
Make you choose how big the storage is going to be when you buy your tablet, and you're charged accordingly. If you buy a 32 gig, it's this much, 64 gig, and as it gets bigger, it also costs more. This is Amazon, and Amazon said, you know what? We're going to give you 32 gigs, which, by the way, for many of you, you'll never fill it up. But for those of you that are going to download and save a lot of content, whether it's books or movies, music, whatever it might be, eventually you may hit the wall, just like you do on a cell phone, just like you do on a computer. So, as David just said, you have the option to use one of these. This is a micro SD card. This is another 128 gigabytes of space. Don't worry about what a gigabyte is. 32, add 128.
So 32 is included.
32 is built into
on
it.
board.
Yep. So you take this, before you use it for the very first time, plug the card in, turn the tablet back on again, and all of a sudden, you've got that much more. You've quadrupled your storage space, which means now you don't have to think about how much stuff am I going to save. How do I throw that book away to get a new book? I already saw that show. Well, I got to delete that to get, no. You'll never run out of room if you add 128 gigs.
If I'm upgrading to this tablet and I want to transfer files from my old tablet to the new one, can I do that?
Yeah, you can. We talked about this during the hour show with Pat, but I get a lot of questions about that. There's two ways to do that. When you turn the tablet on for the very first time, if you have an older Fire tablet, it has to be a Fire tablet, not another brand, it will say, do you want to restore from the old to the new? Meaning it'll try to make a replica and move all the apps over. But as our caller said, I don't want everything to come over. So watch this magic trick. Take a peek over my shoulder. Here's how you do it. Go to the app section. Once you get to the apps, go to the upper right-hand corner. It will show you, David, every single app you've ever downloaded on your old device. And then you can manually go through and say, yep, nope, nope, yep, yep. So I just added ABC TV again. It wasn't in here, but now it's downloading. Anything that says open is already there for me, which means you don't have to put in apps that you don't use anymore, which means you're not taking up space for something you're not going to use.
What if I'm buying this for a child in my family and I want to control what they're able to see or how often they're able to get on the tablet?
Excellent question, and I think this is probably one of the most important things I'll show you in our short amount of time. Again, for a child, save some money, get them the 8-inch. Pick out whatever color case, whatever color tablet, they all do the same thing. But what they do that the other tablets don't do, as you see on my screen here, David, there's a little icon that says Amazon Kids. When you tap onto that icon, what it will do is it will basically transform the tablet into a kid's tablet. Now, to the naked eye, it looks very similar to what we just went away from, but the big difference is that you now control where they go and for how long. If they're at home and you're at work and you don't want them doing anything other than reading, you can turn off the gaming. You can turn off the web.
I tapped on Amazon Kids and it's asking me to set up a profile.
Well, this is the other cool part about it. You can set up to 4 profiles within the app itself. So let's say you have a 10-year-old, a 6-year-old, an 8-year-old. Well, the 10-year-old and the 6-year-old probably aren't looking or shouldn't be looking at the same content, or maybe a teenager. What you can do is you can now dictate which each one of those children sees and has access to, and more importantly, what they don't have access to.
I want to be Doodle.
You could be Doodle.
I want to be 10 years old again. Birthdays are used to recommend content and parental controls.
Yep.
So it asks for the birthday, the child's name or nickname, and then you can save it.
And once you save that, you can now either on the device itself or remotely from your computer, you can say, Doodle only gets an hour of screen time today. And within that hour, 45 minutes of it is reading, or the whole hour could be reading, but I'm only going to give them 30 minutes of gaming. I'm only going to give them 15 minutes of videos. And if for some reason you don't want them having any time and you're not home, you just log into your Amazon account and say, shut it off. You can shut it off remotely. And David, you can also put a bedtime on the tablet for the kids. If they're supposed to be asleep at 7 o'clock, they can take the tablet to the room with them, but they think they're pulling a fast one. At 7 o'clock, the tablet shuts off. They can power it back on again, but they won't be able to get into anything because you're the only one with the password.
This is a remarkable way for you to help your children budget their time, as well as what they see and what they don't see, because there's a lot on the internet that they maybe shouldn't see.
Correct.
This is going to be really an important purchase. Many people go out and they buy tablets of various brands, and you can't expand the memories.
Right.
But this one you can. It comes with 32 gigs of onboard memory, which is a lot. and then it can be increased all the way up to a terabyte,
Yeah,
which is 1,000 gigabytes.
Yeah, and again, don't worry about a gigabyte, a terabyte. Just know that the bigger the number, the bigger that digital garage. And I want to explain for those of you that don't know, why do I need space in a tablet? Is it like a computer? I mean, I get it on a computer. I'm saving files, I'm saving video, I'm saving whatever. And as Alex would show you with HP, the bigger your hard drive, the more you can do. The same applies kind of to a tablet. There's two ways to use a tablet. The first one is what they call streaming. And that's the equivalent of watching us right now on live TV. When the cable channel comes into your television, it doesn't take up any space. As soon as the show's over or while it's passing by, it disappears. But the other way to watch is if you save something, also known as downloading. So if you want to go on a trip and you want that tablet to be a babysitter for the kids in the back seat, you're not just putting an episode or a season, you could put a whole series of shows in there. Then you don't have to be connected to the internet once that stuff has been saved. You do need the internet to save it initially, and you need the internet to be able to watch QVC and all that stuff live. But what's cool about it is you also have the ability to use the device even when you're offline. Doctor's office. When you're sitting in the doctor's office, you can have your books. You can be listening to music with a headphone port. You can be watching movies and all that stuff instead of picking up one of those magazines that everybody
or
has
having your
touched.
blood pressure go up because you're nervous about being at the doctor's office. This is very popular. We've had 18,000 ordered today. 2,400 in this show alone, and here are the choices. Now remember, the choices come without a case. You can buy the cases separately.
Correct.
Or not. It's up to you. Now, we have this in the 8-inch black, fewer than 3,000. We have the 8-inch in the emerald, fewer than 7,000, and we have the 8-inch in the hibiscus. 4,400 remain. Now, on the larger tablet, the 10-inch, only the black remains.
And I want to show you that even though there is a black, and you go, well, okay, well, I don't know if black was the color that I wanted, we still have cases in all three of the original colors. And the cool part about it, David, is that once you put the tablet in the case, you no longer see the color that it was originally. So this now became a lilac tablet. So for anybody going, I missed out, I wish I got the lilac, I wish I got the ocean, well, you just did get the lilac even though you bought the black. It's as simple as that. And very durable. Whether you get a case from us or you get a case from somewhere else, please, please, please protect the tablet. It's an investment. And if it falls and it lands on the glass, you know what happens when you drop devices that have a glass screen.
And it cracks, right?
And the party's over.
Now, I need to let you know that if you want the 8-inch case, it's less than $28. If you want the 10-inch case, we have it less than $30. Those are separate purchases. That's up to you. We wanted to give you some options. So that's why we didn't include the case with the purchase price, because that would only jack up the price. If you only want the tablet and the charging cable and the brick, then you're golden. And a lot of people are choosing that today.
Yeah.
Other folks are saying, I need the case because I'm giving this to my little, and I want to make sure if they drop it that it's protected. This is very important. It's got expandable memory, 32 gigs of onboard memory, and then you can expand all the way up to a terabyte of memory, which is 1,000 gigabytes. That's a lot. So if you're storing things on your tablet, then those micro SD cards are worth your time and your effort. Now, I believe we still have the micro SD cards available. Is that right, Sean? Only about 100 left.
Yeah, let me explain the micro SD card for you real quick. Again, whether you get it from us or you get it from somebody else, this tiny little card right here that comes in the case that we give you, it comes in the package, this is going to go into that little card slot.
And Brett, may I interrupt you and say that what we have just sold out?
Okay. Well, I think
but you can buy
wait
them
list.
in a lot of places.
Yeah, and I also think that I'm almost sure we're taking wait lists for this, but if we're not, either way, let me explain what they do.
Please.
This goes into the side of the tablet. When the tablet's turned off, turn it on, and you'll see, David, there'll be a choice to just acknowledge it. And once you do that, it basically takes everything that you save and puts it on that card so that it leaves the internal memory on the tablet for like the operating system and all the stuff we don't understand. Like all the magic that makes the tablet work, that can be dedicated to the internal storage, where the card will now take up the music, the movies, the books, the whatever it is that you save. On top of all of that stuff, and I know we're kind of flying through here because we don't have a lot of time, if you just used it for any one of those features, David, if you're just using it as an e-reader, especially the 8-inch, or a movie viewer, you know, screen, whatever it might be, pretty hard to beat that. But what if I told you our friend Alexa is in here as well, which means now you have not just a fully functioning tablet, but you have an Amazon Echo. So you can say, Alexa, and she'll ignore you. Is this the one that I have turned on? Oh, there it is. What time is it?
1:16 p.m.
All right. I only did that because I want you to know that she's there.